Hey, JC here again for retiredcheap.asia. What a shock, huh? Anyway, I get some questions, a lot of questions come through, and I'm going to start dealing with a lot of these questions in real time on my TV show. We're going to have a weekly 1-hour live show coming up soon. That's why I've been sort of slow on putting new videos up. I've been working on the infrastructure to get this up. I really want to do it because I'm fielding a lot of questions. It'd be neat if I could do it in real time. So we're going to do that, and it should be coming up soon. Check out the website, and you'll get the update, or sign up, get our free PDF, and it'll put you on our mailing list. I'll be able to email you and let you know, because I want a core group to come the first time, because if it doesn't work really well, I want you to know that I do put out quality information, and maybe I just didn't have the bugs worked out of this thing, so I want my core group of people there for the first airing of this thing, and we'll see how it goes. But anyway, one of the questions I get is about the weather over here. I think everybody knows that we have basically two seasons, hot and rainy. And the rainy season, contrary to popular belief, isn't that rainy. I mean, we're in rainy season. It's beautiful today. I actually look forward to clouds because it actually makes things cooler. And so rainy season, we get rain. Now you might get a front stalled over, you know, a low front or a high front coming up from the south, moist tropical air that'll sit over us, and you might get a day or two of rain. But usually, traditionally, it'll rain just a little bit every day, 5-10 minutes, most maybe a half hour, and then it goes away. And so it's sort of like Florida weather. I compare Thailand weather to Florida weather. Now I'm from the Gulf Coast of the United States, and so I'm sort of used to hot and humid weather. Now, having said that, if you look at the latitude of Chiang Mai, I think Chiang Mai is about the latitude of Florida. You get further south and it gets hot. Now Chiang Mai, in the dry season, it's dry and Arizona dry heat, like desert dry heat. So it's really hot and it's not really tolerable. We don't get any rain at all during that season. It usually runs from about February 15th to April 15th. And so we get no air, no rain to clean the air, and that's also coincides with when they're burning rice fields and stuff like that, or preemptive burning of the dried vegetation up in the mountains. So it gets really hot and smoky, and so I suggest if you do move over here, you make plans to be someplace else for that amount of time. If you're in Chiang Mai, move to some place where you got moist tropical air coming off the water or something, and so you can go hang out somewhere where it's cooler for those 2 months, February, March, actually 3 months. And so, but also if you get further south, if you're in Bangkok, Pattaya, Phuket, Koh Samui, someplace like that, the heat is, to me, intolerable. Now, if you're at the water, if you're sitting at the beach, it's great. Get under the shade like I am here. It's beautiful. You know, you get near the water under an umbrella or shade, or you're in the water swimming around, it's great. It's beautiful. You know, you get the air coming off the water, the sea breeze. It's really nice. But to get 100 meters, 300 feet from the shoreline inside the city or around buildings, it is really hot, okay, really hot. So how do you deal with the heat? One is stay out of it. And what do I mean by that? Stay in the shade, stay by water. Another thing is a lot of air-conditioned buildings. We have a lot of malls now, places you can go and get in the air conditioning. And so I'm going to give you some tips. I think there's some really good tips to know to deal with the heat. And so let's talk about a few of those, okay? How to deal with the heat in Thailand. So here's some tips. First one, drink lots of water. You gotta stay hydrated, okay? Hydration is really important. So you want to drink plenty of fluids because you're gonna be sweating them out, okay? So stay out of the heat as much as possible. Go in the air conditioning when you can. Okay, now it's going to be a big difference between the hot and the cool, like being in Florida, going from outside into the air conditioning. So that's going to be sort of a shock, but it feels really good when you do it. The other thing is drink lots of water. You can get a bottle of water, drinking water, at a convenience store for 10 baht, which is about 30 cents, and it's nice and cold and you can drink it. There's also other things you can get at a convenience store that I'm going to tell you about that'll help you feel a lot cooler. But here are some general tips on how to stay cool in Thailand. Check them out. So here's some more tips on how to stay cool over in Thailand. One of the things you need to do when you're out and about in Thailand is look for a couple things. One is these little ice cream vendors. They're traveling around in carts, and this container usually is filled to the brim, but it's late in the day, so she's almost out. Now usually in here they have vanilla and coconut ice cream, and they'll put a variety of toppings. I usually get milk and some peanuts, but they'll put little sprinkles and some gooey stuff, which I don't go for. Now a cup this size goes for 10 baht, which is about 33 cents, and it's homemade ice cream. It's really good, it's really refreshing, it's really cool. Eat one of those, sit in the shade, and that ought to cool you off. Now I'm doing this voiceover. You notice you're doing a voiceover here because of I had some technical difficulties with the microphone during this segment, so I'm actually having to do a voiceover. But it's really delicious ice cream. If you see one of these little vendors going down the street, you can't miss them. It's a round container, stainless steel, and the ice cream is really good, really refreshing. So that's one of the things you can look for when you're traveling around on the streets of Thailand, is these little ice cream vendors. Another thing you need to keep your eye open for is these fruit carts. There's people that are pushing around fruit carts, or they attach them to their motorcycle like this guy's, and they have everything from cantaloupe, pineapple, watermelon, papaya, guava, and here's a dragon fruit. The red one is a dragon fruit. So they got all sorts of fruit in here. It's sitting on ice, so it's really nice and cool, and it's already cut for you. So if you find one of these guys, pull them onto the side and get some fresh fruit. Now depending on what season it is, depends on how sweet the fruit is. But it is on ice, and it's very cool, and it's very refreshing. Of course, it's healthy as well. And the best part is you don't have to cut it up. So each one of these little bags is 10 baht. So I'm going to get pineapple, papaya, and watermelon. So the whole thing's going to cost me about $1 for 3 bags of cut fruit. Can't beat that, so keep your eye open for that too. It's really refreshing, help keep you cool. All right. Another tip for you. You can go into any 7-Eleven or convenience store, and of course you can get your sports drinks. Okay, they got water, sports drinks. Okay, here's your water, sport drinks, iced tea, all that stuff. But I prefer something a little more natural. And also, now this is very cool. You come in, and in the refrigerated section, check this out. They actually have these little towels. Okay, now these are 12 baht, so that's about 35, 40 cents. Okay. Now, the deal with these, see, it actually says refreshing towel. So I'm going to buy one of these and go outside and show you what it does. Okay, Mike? This is very cool. Okay, so here's your refreshing towel. Okay, your refreshing towel. And so you just open this up, and it's actually like a washcloth. Now this isn't paper, this is actually a cloth material, like a regular washcloth. Now this is cold, so you, oh man, oh, this feels really good. So you can wipe yourself down and get all refreshed. And it's got some kind of, I don't know if it's alcohol or whatever, but it also evaporates really quick. So not only is it cold, but it actually evaporates really quick. It makes you feel even cooler. So this is a great way to stay cool as well. And you can get these at any convenience store, and you can actually dry them out, wash them, and reuse them for something. So they'll also come in handy while you're traveling. So there's another little tip for you. Now, one of the cool things that I want to show you that you can do over here that you can't do other places. Now I just walked out of 7-Eleven. There's a girl sitting here. I said, will you film this for me? Now you can't do this in the States. People look at you and go, you're crazy, get away from me. But here, check out my camera woman. Okay, this is my recruit. Hey, thank you very much. Kapun ma kap. All right. So she actually was filming me. I hope she did a good job. We'll see. All right. So there you go. Tips on how to stay cool. I got one more for you. So, or a couple more maybe. So, now, another tip for you. You could actually get a sport drink from the 7-Eleven or something like that, and you'd probably get your electrolytes and everything. But I got something even better for you, and it's hard to get abroad. I think you can actually get it now. It's become popular, but it's expensive. So one of the things that you really can take advantage over here is getting coconut water fresh. Okay, so let's get some coconut water fresh. Now, this is high in potassium, high in electrolytes, low in fat. You can actually IV it. You know, they've actually used it as an IV before. That's what I've heard anyway. I've never tried it. But anyway, let's get some fresh coconut water, shall we? Sawadee Cup. She's got her mask on because she works on the road here. Song Tune. I'm asking her for two bags of coconut water. She also sells fruit, cut fruit. Song Tune. So this is 10 baht a bag, 2 bags. Cup Kunma cup. Wow. So here we go. We got a bag of coconut water. It's actually got a little bit of coconut down in here, fresh coconut shredded up in here, and they give you a straw. And so this is straight from the coconut. Now you can actually get it still in the husk, but I prefer it this way. It's actually easier. So I rip a hole in the back, put my straw in. Now she's had this on ice, so it's really nice and cold. Now this is really refreshing. Okay. Refreshing and good for you. Now coconut, fresh coconut, the oil in fresh coconut also is very high in lauric acid, which is kids in their loud motorbikes, you can't get away from that in any country. Anyway, high in lauric acid, which is a natural anti-inflammatory, which is really good. Gotta love it. Anyway, that's another tip for you. Keep cool. Hey, one more tip. I got maybe the most important tip, because you can get things to drink, you can cool yourself off with fruits and all these different things. One thing that you really got to be careful about is what kind of clothing you wear. You know, because it's hot, you're going to perspire a lot. And you don't want to look like a drowned rat when you go into a mall, so if you do sweat, you want to make sure it evaporates quickly. So, and you want to make sure that it's cool to start with. I don't know if you've noticed most of the time that you see me in these videos, I prefer Columbia's brand of sportswear because it actually is a real light material, so it's cool. And it's cotton, and the cool thing about it is it actually dries really quick, which is real important. Like I say, if you sweat and you walk into some place, within 5 minutes your shirt looks good. You don't look like a drowned rat, like I said. And also in rainy season, it can rain, and then in 15-20 minutes your shirt's dry again, or it appears to be dry anyway. So I actually, like I said, prefer this. I actually use a lot of this performance fishing gear. It's Columbia brand. If you go to my website, retirecheap.asia, and go into the store, you'll actually see where you can buy a lot of this stuff. They have pants, the same material and everything. Now I like this performance fishing gear line because it's got all these pockets and stuff. And so, you know, I find myself walking around a lot or doing a lot of things during the day. So I can organize my day with all these pockets, put different things in different places, and of course it's got this flap in the back that allows air to come in, and it ventilates and it breathes. So there you go. So hope these tips have been helpful for you. You really got to stay cool. You got to protect yourself, and you know, be like a dog. Not that way. I mean another way. Be like a dog, and when you get hot, find some cool place and just chill out. I see people pushing themselves too much. You know, they turn red and sweating. So when you start to feel hot, you know, deal with it. Cool yourself down really quick. And in Chiang Mai, if you're in the north, in the winter time, it's really nice. It's not that hot during the day, and it cools off at night. So don't have to worry about it so much in the winter time. But I hope these things have been helpful for you. Stay cool no matter where you are. And remember, there's always an option.